Well, I'm sitting out here outside the chicken pen, kind of keeping an eye on my birds because we've got a lot of hawks around right now, and these are the birds where you've got mostly bantams, miniatures. So they're very small birds, more easy prey than the larger ones. So anyway, you'll hear bird sounds and blue jays, blue jays, hawks, you name it. Um, this morning, when I woke up, it was not quite 5 o'clock. Normally I'm up before that, but it was not quite 5. I got my coffee because it's set to brew at 4 a.m. That is how regular early rising is around here. The coffee pot is set for 4. But it's set for keeping warm for 4 hours, just in case we're a little later. Anyway, I got my coffee and I went and got my laptop, sat it in the bed with me, and I began writing. As I was waking up, I'd already gotten an idea for a second short story featuring a secondary character who is they appear in the epilogue of the 4th book, which will be released very soon. And they are main characters and more main characters. They're not, I'll say the mainer characters. They are closer to main characters in the 5th book. And one in particular, I felt he was very interesting. And he has a history and he has skills and he's an interesting guy. The family's interesting. And I thought, he's going to be the star of this short story. And so I began writing. At 5 a.m., I began writing this short story. By 7:30, I had a 2,500-word short story. And I put it through Pro Writing Aid, of course, just to catch anything that I just didn't catch. Because, when you are writing and you're doing a stream of consciousness kind of thing, you don't always use proper grammar. But I went through that, and I finished that. So the story, as far as I know, unless I change something, is ready. So I now have 2 short stories. The first one is over 2,700 words. This is about 2,500 words. I don't remember the exact count sitting out here. But it's done. And I am really liking writing short stories. 2.5 hours, I have a completed story. An extra 30 minutes, and I've got it run through the grammar program. Now, the grammar program does not always tell you the truth. In fact, they'll ask for something. They ask for a lot of semicolons. Well, my style is not formal writing. It's not academic writing. It is creative fiction. And you don't use a lot of semicolons in that. So I went online to try to maybe not contradict or back up, but just to verify that what it said was correct on that particular passage. I said, no, that is not correct. Like, it's the grammar program. It's supposed to tell me the truth. So, then you have to use your own judgment based on the English that I know how to write. And the semicolon did not stay. And now I'm very wise to its overuse of those, honestly. So, another 30 minutes, which basically means 3 hours, that's a done deal, and it's ready to go. But, you usually don't publish short stories by themselves. Not that I know of. Maybe somebody does. But it's hard to get somebody to pay a couple of dollars for a short story when they only pay a little bit more than that for an entire book, entire ebook. So my thought is to collect short stories. I'm going to write several more, obviously. And it depends on how long they are as to how many I put in there. I want the total book count to be, a certain acceptable number. And then I may just publish those as short stories, a collection of short stories. My little rooster's alarming over there. He sees something. Could be a deer. They freak out over the deer. But so that's 2 short stories. And if I collect, I don't know, 10, 15, 20, 30, I don't know. Depends on, like I said, depends on the length of each. I think I plan to publish those as a collection of short stories based on secondary characters out of the Clancy Mountain series. My question is, would you buy such a book? Would you buy such a book? Um, but on top of that, this character and his family, I think they could be the stars of a brand new series if I wanted to do a new series at this point. My plan was to do a standalone. But in lieu of a standalone, I could do the collection of short stories and then start another series. Or a duology, a trilogy, I don't know. I don't even know for sure that's what I'm going to do. It's just that this particular character in the short story today, it's a very dramatic short story, sort of a life or death kind of thing. And I think this family, him and his family would make extremely good subjects for a series. I mean, you could always write each book from the point of view of a different member of the family or something. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. So that's what I'm out here doing. I'm just watching my chickens. I didn't film them because I just wanted to talk and not have to decide that they were in the frame or not. But that's what happens on the days where that state of mind between sleep and awake gets going. This is what happens. And normally it's like, oh, I know what's coming next. It might be something like, oh, I know what's coming next. I couldn't think of it. Now I know exactly. Or I knew it was coming next, but didn't quite know how to write it, how to approach it. Now I know. That's the state of mind where things happen. Good things happen. So that's what's going on in my life as a writer. Now, I can't believe I'm saying that. I mean, I've got shirts that say published author, and I'm wearing a baseball cap right now, so I'm thinking maybe I should just get over the baseball cap with published author on it or something. I don't know. Why not? If I got to buy one, why not? I guess because when you order something that's a custom cap, if it doesn't exist in public already, it's more expensive than just buying a plain old baseball cap. So I don't know. It's kind of overcast right now. It looks like it might rain earlier than it was supposed to today. Everything is the way it is right now. That sounds so vague and so stupid. But I am desperately trying to hold on to this momentum that I have. It's like quilting. When I quilt, when I'm in the throes of it and I'm creating something and I'm assembling it and I'm quilting it, and when I'm right in the middle of it, it keeps me going. However, if I stop and I don't go right back to it and I put it aside temporarily, that temporary period ends up being quite long. And I'm always wondering if I'll ever go back to it. That's kind of what I'm wondering about quilting right now. Will I ever go back to it since I found writing? I don't know. I'm kind of in this mood to simplify my life even further and remove all excess everything from my house, fighting my husband along the way because he will not get rid of anything. He grew up poor. They lost houses, they lost cars, that kind of thing. And he doesn't want to let go of anything. Even if he hasn't seen it, literally has not laid eyes on it in 20 years. If it's in the house, he wants it to stay in the house. And I'm not like that. I have a few things that are of value to me that I want to always keep. Other than that, everything can go. It's yard sale fodder, I'm telling you. Now, he don't want to have a yard sale either, but, don't want to deal with that either. But I'm in the mood to simplify my life. Right now, let me tell you what I'd like to have, and I don't think it'll ever happen, but I would like to have, now I love this place, don't get me wrong, I would like to have a private cabin up on a mountain with a long-range mountain view, and on that back side, I want to screen a porch so I can go out there every morning and drink my coffee on the screen porch without bugs and or bears after me. Well, screen porch ain't gonna stop a bear. That's not what I meant, but I would like to have that, and I would like to have my place I can write, and just what I need around me, the basics of life, and one passion to continue. It won't be crochet. That's not really a passion. It filled a lot of time, but I'm not going to do that. I have a lot of yarn, and I would like to liquidate it, honestly. Maybe keep enough yarn around for maybe one project. If I got a wild hair one day and I just wanted to do something, I could keep a few skeins of yarn for just that kind of project. However, I've got tubs full of yarn I need to liquidate. And I don't know that I'll get back to quilting either, because I know, frankly, that if something happens to my husband and my income drops to 67% that it's going to, I will not have the money to buy fabric. Decent quality fabric is very expensive. And I only use 100% cotton, quality cotton, not the one you can see through, like gauze, but really quality cotton. That can be expensive. Even though I have good online sources, I will not have the money for that, and I will not have the headspace for that. I'm doing what I want to do right now, and I can't see wanting to ever stop, because all it requires is internet connection, a computer, and ideas. And so I can't see myself wanting to stop. So anyway, this was kind of like a podcast, wasn't it? I'll try to put something up above my head, above the audio track, so that maybe there'll be something to look at instead of just nothing. But that's what I'd love. Not even on my little pasture lot. I would like to get, if I'm going to leave this place, some days I feel like I need to just make a clean break and have something way up high that nobody can easily reach, and somewhere it's quiet and I'm up in the birds and the clouds. So I don't have it far. I'm not far from that now, but I'm not quite there. So I have a great day. I better go check on these chickens. There's been so much hawk activity. I haven't heard one since I sat down here recording, but I'm looking at some trees over my left shoulder, and there's a couple hawks that live over there. I hear them all the time, and I've seen them too. So we'll let you guys go. Have a wonderful day. Stay cool. Bye.